I'm Keita Williams. I am the founder and chief strategist of Success Bully. Success Bully is an accountability practice, and we help champions get to the next level through a series of one-on-one interactions or workshops. And we also have this lovely podcast. Thank you for listening. August Action is moving with such momentum. I just recently celebrated my 38th birthday, and I always think of my birthday as my new year. While I refuse to claim that I feel older, I do feel wiser and more inspired. And I've taken some time to reassess and refocus myself. And I made sure to be crystal clear about what I want. What I want in the next year, what I want in the next few months, weeks, and days. This episode is oh so timely. My guest, Rian Buckley, CEO and co-founder of Fitcode. Fitcode is a fashion data company that enhances the denim shopping experience by focusing on fit, not size. She did not mince her words when it comes to what she wants. When it came to scaling her fashion tech startup and weighing investment options, Rian stated with such steady determination, I wanted the power. And by power, she meant the power to choose. We talk about what inspired her to create a solution for a clear problem in the e-commerce space and her goal to have a cash positive company. So we know that women receive less than 2% of VC funding. Talk to me a little bit about how you navigated those waters.
Yeah, funding is a really interesting thing. My goal from the beginning was to be cash flow positive. And I don't know how many people are aware of it, but a lot of startups out there and a lot of tech companies in general never try to be cash flow positive. They get addicted to the cash. They want the Series A, they want the Series B, they want these huge VC rounds where they get 20 million, 30 million in funds. All I want is the power, and I get the power by, having money in our own bank account that we're earning ourselves. So from the get-go, I just went out there and I said, this is my idea and I want to be cash flow positive and I need this much money to get there.
Tell us a bit about you and your experiences. I especially want to hear how you pivoted from the world of modeling into being a tech CEO and co-founder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very non-traditional path, that is for sure. So I graduated from the University of Washington, and I had a degree in political science, and my passion was in ocean conservation studies. So I did the next best thing, and I set off modeling all over the world when I graduated, and that was my introduction to the fashion industry. And it was through modeling for years that I really discovered the problem with women's fit and e-commerce photos and how much, clipping, pinning, and altering is going on behind the scenes, and that, hey, we can solve this problem with a little transparency and honesty in product images. So for years, I was those two legs that you see on all the e-commerce websites. So I was working for Nordstrom and Eddie Bauer and all of these awesome companies in the Seattle area. And I started realizing that they would have two girls the same size on a photo shoot. So we'd both be size 27s, and I was considered the curvy girl. And I know when you look at me, I don't look curvy, but I was considered curvy, and then they'd have a straight size 27 too. And so I started to notice that you can have a jean in the exact same size and put that exact same jean on two girls the same size, and it's going to look totally different. So all these people trying to solve this e-commerce problem by saying, hey, this is what size to buy in a pair of jeans, they're not really solving it, because every woman's body shape is unique, and we need to really look at the body shape to get her into the right fit.
I would rather have a root canal than go jean shopping, because it is so humbling. Because it can range from 3 different sizes for me to get in a pair of jeans that goes over the hump, that has a long enough inseam that doesn't make me look crazy. So
absolutely. And for true curvy girls, you get that gap in at the waist, or you can get muffin top, and you got to figure out the right jeans for your body, and that's where we come in.
Okay, so when you decided to make this leap, how did you leverage your network to get going?
Yeah, so the network was really what got us started. So my co-founder was well connected to some people on the East Side, and so she was able to bring some of those relationships on board in the early stages. And from there, what I did is I didn't so much network as I just believed in my idea. And so I think you can network a lot easier if you are, talking about a product that's really solving a problem. You're not just creating something. And so I would just go and talk to people about it. And I would say, there's this big issue out there in e-commerce. It's costing companies millions, if not billions of dollars every single year. And I think I have a unique position to solve it. And this is why. And from there, networking is pretty easy, because everyone wants to tell, it starts, if you're networking with men, they all know that their wives or girlfriends or whoever buy a ton of jeans online, a ton of clothes online, then return half of them. And it's really obnoxious for them. And if you're talking to women, every woman has a hard time finding jeans that fit. So it's an easy thing that just kind of spiderwebs across networks if you talk about it.
So I have a tech background, I don't know, but previous to being a professional butt kicker, I've worked in tech PR for years. And so I am really excited about the convergence of tech and fashion. So how do you see this market evolving?
Yeah, I think it's the most important place that fashion can go right now. So we all, are up on the news of the industry is really changing, and there are a lot of stores that are shuttering their brick and mortar doors. And the best thing that fashion companies can do, and for us, denim brands in particular, is get online. Online is an easy place to sell. It's cheap for brands to sell there. And if you can make it successful, your business can be successful. And that's how these companies are going to stand out, is by really figuring out how to succeed online.
Okay. So how are you leveraging big data for Fitcode?
So Fitcode, the data has been a bit of a side effect of what we set out to do, and it's been one of the most powerful things that we've collected. So big data, we have everything from a ton of consumer data. So every brand that we partner with, we now know what their consumers' body shapes are. This is data that brands have never seen before. They used to only look at historical data of sales, and now we can say, hey, look beyond that. You're not in charge anymore, your customer is. And let's look at who she is. Let's look at what her body type is. Let's look at the kind of jeans she wants to buy. They're going to fit her, and then you guys should react to that, not the other way around.
So I love that you're passionately inspiring and supporting other female entrepreneurs. I love all the social presence and how you position the brand. So tell me how you are kind of activating this locally.
We reach out to a bunch of women locally. You in particular, we've loved working with you and getting you in our photo shoots, but I was raised by a really strong feminist mother, and, there really is nothing more important than when women lift each other up, and there's nothing more powerful than that. And so anytime I can lend a hand to, another woman who's going through the startup process or the funding process, or really with anything in life, it's our duty to look out for our sisters, and that's what I try to do every day.
I know you have a big event coming up in September. So tell us about that and what we can expect, and how do we get the Seattleites out?
Oh, yeah. So we're going to go to the Riveter, which we met the awesome ladies of the Riveter at the Alley to the Valley event along with Keita here. And we're going to do a denim fit lab at the Riveter on September 27th at 6 p.m. So we're going to do a brand partner, which is to be determined. So we're talking to some really exciting brands that are going to be there. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring a bunch of women in, a bunch of press, and you're going to shop using your Fitcode. So instead of just looking for racks and trying to figure out what's going to fit, you're going to take your Fitcode quiz. And then we're going to have racks determined by Fitcode. So now you can just walk up to a rack of jeans that are going to fit you and just get a pick by style.
So it's like a pop-up denim boutique.
Exactly.
Oh, very fascinating. So lightning round.
Really? Uh-oh.
What are some key learnings that you'd share with first-time entrepreneurs?
Oh, not to get too high, not to get too low. And then I think, one of the most important things I've really learned in this process is that it's just a job. And this stuff can get so emotional, and you can get so tied into it, especially if you're a founder, and you have to go home at the end of the day and realize this is just a job. It is a privilege to have all these stresses that you have, because at the end of the day, if you're happy and healthy, if your family's happy and healthy, that's all that matters.
Day made. As a follow-up, what advice would you share to those who are scaling their business?
To never forget to think like your customer. That's the number one thing that we've been able to do. There are a lot of places that Fitcode could have gone if I would have let the train, leave the station without me really thinking about our destination. And I kept having to think about, you are the customer, Ryan. Would you use this product? Would you use 3D modeling? The answer is no. Would you use a body scanning system? The answer is no. All I want to do is be able to, shop for jeans from the comfort of my couch while watching Real Housewives. And so the number one thing you can do is think like your customer and never forget that that's who you're selling to.
How do you want Fitcode to impact their lives?
That's a good question. I want Fitcode to be something that's totally seamless in their lives. So when they need new clothes, I want the experience to be less painful. I want all women to feel included no matter what shape or size they are. And I want, every woman right now just to be able to find jeans that fit. So I'm tired of the plus size and the petite size and the missy size and, people having to go different places to shop. Let's get brands creating jeans for their customers and, looking way beyond size and just looking at fit and getting every woman into a perfect pair. 5 years from now, I want women to wonder how they ever shopped without a Fitcode. So I want it to be in-store, I want it to be online, I want people to be able to shop much easier because now they have an awesome company telling them exactly what to buy. And so they can shop by style and no longer have to use dressing rooms and wonder online which product's going to fit them.
So, like, at what point did you decide to kind of pivot it to be more consumer facing?
Well, we actually started B2C. So we started with Fitcode.com, where customers could come on and they could take the quiz and they could shop a bunch of brands that we had on our site. And then we started realizing that, we should make the switch to B2B because people like to shop where they're comfortable, and that's on the brand websites that they're familiar with. And so if we could work and partner with these brands and really help activate their bases and really, personalize and curate on their sites, we could make them more successful and Fitcode in turn.
Cool. And so you were able to secure brand partners that way, and they saw a considerable amount of money made.
That's the goal. Yeah. So we have some great brand partners, and it's one of those things, the job never stops with bringing more brands on board. But our whole thing is about making them more money, and we've been successful at it. So
do you think that Fitcode would ever spin away from denim?
We're going to go to men's denim next. We've gotten a lot of call for that. I think men always get jealous if women get something, that they don't. Men always try to sneak in and take things. So we'll go to men's denim first, help them out a little bit. But then, we can go to other product apparel too. The main thing about sticking with women's denim is we didn't want to boil the ocean. We wanted to become experts.
Okay.
And a lot of people, when they start a company, they try to go too big. And you got to be the expert at what you know. And don't go beyond what you know. Just get really, really good at it. Get the trust. Get your customers' trust. Get your partners' trust. And then go from there. And that's probably been the most successful thing that we've done. Really what happens when we have lows or highs, before I tried to be a little bit poetic and said we just keep charging through. But really what we do is we drink. So, the lows we drink, the highs we drink, and then in between we charge through.
Love it. Thank you again for listening. I'm asking you to do 3 things. Get clear about what you want. Remember, you have the power to choose. Choose your own adventure, destiny, success, and outcomes. And I'm most importantly asking you to keep moving with purpose. August action is about getting closer to your goal. Don't let August be that throwaway month where you have too much fun and too much relaxation. I'd like to thank my guest, Fitcode CEO Rian Buckley, for joining me and reminding you and I that we have the right to want the power. For more information on Fitcode and to get your hands on the perfect fitting jeans, check them out at fitcode.com. And if you're located here in Seattle, meet Rian and the Fitcode team at the Riveter for a Denim Fit Lab event on September 27th. We'll be sure to share the event details online and on the social platforms. Keep up with my antics, key learnings, and my ability to be wildly photogenic on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Success Bully. Check out my website, successbully.com, for my upcoming schedule, and feel free to like and share. I'm reopening my client roster for fall, and we'll be rolling out a series of workshops to help us finish the year strong. We are produced with love by Large Media. That's LARJmedia.com. Don't go big, go large. I'm your host, Keita Williams.